Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. So many things happened on last week. A lot of changes, a lot of things happening, especially on the China side as well. If you are be paying attention on the market itself, there's a lot of speculation over there. Mainly a lot of people making good profit as well. But if let's say you have been following my Facebook page, you should see from my last week video or my last week posting. If you go and look into some of the counter, you should actually benefit from there as well. So remember to share and like my video so that I can actually share and really to help more people out there as well. All right, so let's see what happened on last Friday. Last Friday with the non-farm payroll economy data, right? A lot of people will be puzzled because the data came better than the expectations, whereby it's 261,000 job added. So I think the expectation is around 200,000 if I'm not wrong. It's way better. So a lot of people will be thinking right now, shouldn't it be good news is bad news? Because if let's say it's good news, right, more than expectations, the Fed will persist with its hiking campaign. Correct or not? But then if that's the case, right, why the market go up? Actually, last Friday is a mixture of the data as well. Because on the unemployment rate rose to 3.7%. Because if let's say hiking interest rate, right, there is two ways they need to look into. One is actually the job created, is second is how many unemployment rate. If let's say this decrease and this increase will be much better. But however, last Friday is a conflict conclusions about what the latest payroll number means for the futures Fed hike. All right, so but no matter what, the data came in good, to be frank, and also during the FOMC, I think Fed also say that it will still increase the rate, because the target is still on the inflation itself, right? So the market actually have some drop since Wednesday then. But then what is happening on the market? I think mainly the cost of the market to to bounce back, right, on last Friday, partially is due to the Chinese data. All right, it's due to the Chinese data. What do I mean by that? So this is what happening. So Chinese rebound, Chinese stock rebound. If let's say you are holding on any Chinese ADR shares, like maybe Alibaba, Pinduoduo, JDs, all these shares actually rebound more than 10% last week. Basically, it's on Friday itself. All right, basically it's on Friday itself. So if you're holding any Hong Kong shares, it also rally. All right, why? This is because investors hope that Beijing would soon relax its COVID policy, its zero COVID policy. So you can Google, you can see that how badly zero COVID policy, because they can lock down anytime, like they locked down the Disney, right, in Shanghai, if I remember, over the last week. So this actually resulted very a lot of people scared on the governments itself, the government politics of the Chinese government politics itself. So, but if let's say you have been paying on my attention to my Facebook page, this is what I shared. Go DJI. All right. So I mentioned that China A50 we are looking at next support. So suddenly there is a change in not just the government politics. Okay, I'm not mentioning about the government politics. I'm mentioning about the sentiments of the market investor out there. They just changed that. Oh, the new government, because Chinese just, I mean, just announced, right, the new cabinet. So they may think that they may start to look into it. Things will turn slightly better. So the market bounce back instead. So let's take a look at China A50 before we go to the as usual route, the Dow Jones first. So let's look at China 50. So you see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the market has been bouncing back. All right, after Monday came down, so the perspective changed, and as on Friday it exploded up. All right, partially two reasons. One, they may think that this is called noise. All right, in the market, people may have insider news, or people try to create noise because we are still at the downtrend. All right, we are still at the downtrend. It's just technical rebound back, heavily oversold. Oh, sorry, heavily oversold, technical rebound back, or just the sentiment itself that people want to grab stocks which is cheap. All right, and that is why in my video, in my Facebook page, I also post Alibaba. Right, it's up arrow if you can realize. So what happens if let's say you change buy into Alibaba. All right, so if you buy Alibaba, all right, so this is what happening. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Monday, Tuesday come down. Take note, earnings next week. All right, on the 7th, it kept up. This is mainly due to the Hong Kong Alibaba move first, because the sentiment actually go into Hong Kong first, as you can see. All right, so Alibaba is actually dual listed in Hong Kong exchange and US exchange. So you can see on Friday itself how high can it actually close. It went very high, 75, before it closed 10% positively. All right, so around 10, almost 11%, closed at a price of 69.90. Okay, so this is what happening. Not just on Alibaba itself. There's any other stocks like JDs. You see kept up like Neo. All right, one more counter is Neo. I mentioned previously. Uh, if you pay attention, I mentioned previously. Let's look at the weekly chart. All right, so this is what I say, right? Bearish buyers since 3rd September. Gentlemen, this yellow circuit. All right, I didn't draw. I draw previously. Bearish first support 15, break support 12, break support 10. So you go to as low as $8 plus. So last week open 9 plus. Right now above 10, you can buy. So I remember if my video said right, I always look at things that break the important support area, which is the $10. After you break down and it come back again and carve, this is where we can take a long side. Correct or not? I mean, if you have been paying my attentions to my video previously, you should know. So anyone who actually grabbed on the opening, is congrats for you. You are a risk taker. Anyone is looking for a pullback, that might happen next week or might not happen totally because of the strength of it. But do watch out. The earnings report is on the 10 next week as well. Okay, so this is what happening on Neo. But to be frank, between 10 to 12, with current sentiments, before the Chinese government step in again, uh, if let's say take out of this earnings, right, I think it's a good rebound for Neo. We may see it rebound back to the next $15, the support term resistance. Okay, so this is what we are looking at. Go to here. Okay, this is just my personal opinion call. So it's not any recommendations over here, just a personal opinion. Okay, next counter we are looking into is actually, oh sorry, so this is what happening on the Chinese side. We are done. So what happening on the Dow, mainly is due to the non-farm payroll, mainly is due to the Chinese shares. Okay, but do take note, many things happen, especially next week. After the non-farm payroll, the most important as well is the Thursday CPI report. So investors are looking ahead to next week midterm elections as well. So two things upcoming may cause volatility in the market. All right, if you don't like it, then just stay away. Okay, next we will move into, oh sorry, one second. Okay, so next we will move into individual index on Dow Jones first. So this is what I mentioned, Dow Jones. All right, I give you guys a broader view perspective, right? I say watch out of these three level, 32,800, 34,000, and 34,300. All right, I did draw this today. Go back to my Facebook page. It's stated last week. Okay, this is a proof. I draw previously. All right, the candle is not formed. Okay, so what happened? In a video I asked you guys to watch out these uh three price level. Am I right to say 32,800 is important because it's actually lie on the 50% Fibonacci level. This is the crucial part between the buyer and the seller right now. All right, as you can realize, uh, over the past 5 days, right, since this bullish candle, right, that happens on last week, 28 October, the price did not manage to successfully break through and close above this 50%. All right, so let me just move this away. If you realize, close below, breakthrough, close below, below. All right, market is paying respect. All right, paying respect on the 50% level. Firstly, going below the 200 days once again, as you can see. All right, as you realize. So this sign I mean a very strong resisted area around 32,800 to 33,000. Okay, if therefore, right, there are so many days it didn't successfully penetrate, you shouldn't pray that you will go higher to the next level. All right, so it act as an intermediate resisted level. It can be something like that. It play out before it come down. Okay, so what am I, if let's say to put away all the noise in the market right now, as long as it keep testing this area, right, this area will become very strong. Okay, this resisted area will be very strong, 32,800. But right now, if let's say we want to pay trading based on the channel, I mean trading based on the trend, right, is actually a downside trend. Am I right? Because it failed to take over this level at the meantime. But the thing is that because many shares has been heavily oversold, and also right now people might shift to those Chinese ADR shares because you trade with the rumor, right? You buy with the rumor, right? You sell on the news itself. Right now, the Chinese ADR shares is on the rumor at this point of time. So a lot of people will actually move their money, funds into those ADR shares at this point of time. We may see slight more drop in Dow Jones, or they may not have strength to continue to penetrate because you need funds. Unless people want to pick up real low, whereby it's possible. How? Because you just go and see the 30 component, right? Or DJI, there are some is actually at the low side. They are trying to buy back. All right, so Amazon not doing well. Nvidia, I think there's some bounce over here. All right, this is all the tech stock. So you can go and see for Dow Jones, McDonald, you see. All right, it's performing extremely well. So these 30 component stocks, right, if you can go individually, some of them is performing well, and they might actually hold on to Dow Jones for a greater drop, but might not see any penetration. I might not know, I'm just guessing, alright? Everyone can guess right now, but I'm just paying respect with the 50% FIBO and the 200 days. So if you do not have any position, stay away. If you have, just watch out. As long as it's break 32,800, we will see 34,000 the next FIBO resistance level. Okay, my take over here will be more on the Dow in the meantime. Okay, we'll be more on the Dow in the meantime. I think that the money will actually shift to the China ADR right now. Okay, so let's go back to Baba. Baba, this is what I said. All right, so same, nothing changed. The stance remain. Resistant 100 to 100. Sorry, that's cute. 100 to 110. All right, so I just realized there's a typo here. Okay, so it's stated, I draw the resistance 100 to 110. Okay, so look at the Facebook page. I did share previously. This. All right, 100. There's a typo. 100 to 110. All right, gentlemen. So that is what I mean for Baba. Next counter is SATS. I mentioned the Singapore shares. If you love Singapore stocks, there will be some rebound. Do watch out on the coming earnings on the 9th November next week. So it actually hit my first target. All right, it actually hit my first resistance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Monday it spiked up. Second day, crossed 280, came down, closed below. So if let's say next week this 260 is a good support, immediate support. If you're able to bounce higher from here, we can see a higher low. All right, a higher of the previous low. So when we see a higher of the previous low, all right, this will indicate a breakout soon. Okay, so next week is very important. This price hopefully we don't cross below 260 again. If you're able to support here, we see a higher low. We will use 280 as a neckline. Once it break, we will see 3 necks. Okay, so this is how we play out for SATS next week. Okay, so just continue, follow up on certain counter. If you remember clearly, I'll be shorting this counter, even 9 October. 9 October is somewhere Sorry, wow, that's quite long ago. Okay, it's somewhere here. Okay, so as long as I say it, my view is still on the downside. Okay, buyers on the downside. The first TP is 135. After it break, we'll close below 165. Okay, after it break and close below 165. So after it closed 165, this is what we are looking. It came down, support turn resistance, and then it dropped once again. So it actually break to 135, right now 127. Remember I said, right, those counter that actually benefit during the COVID period, all came down. All right, you go and Google lah. I think out of the 10 companies, 7, 8 companies all came down lah. All right, so it's very, very common because they actually benefited right now. Nothing support them, no revenue, then it's not good lah in the long term run. Okay, next counter we will be looking into Meta. Remember, I told you guys, even in my Telegram, go and take a look. I said, after it gap down, don't quickly jump into it right now. Okay, don't quickly jump to it because they are burning cash heavily. All right, it's worth to buy in or to nimble between 72, 85. We are very close to it. All right, we are very close to it. So this is support to nimble. This is what I shared. Okay, this is why it may continue to go down. I won't know, but I think for Facebook is a first level that if you have not owned it, it's a first level to just nimble a bit and we slowly do averaging. If you think Facebook can last for another 5 to 10 years, if you think Metaverse will have any breakthrough going forward, then you can nimble on it. All right, next counter we will be looking into two counter to watch out if let's say you really want to catch some Chinese ADR. Baidu. All right, this is Chinese Google. There's earnings coming up on the 7th November as well. It kept up, but what is this gap? All right, what is this 9% gap where the market has been dropping for how many percent? Am I right to say? So let's take a look at Baidu. Why it bring to my attention? Just go into a monthly chart instead. Okay, so looking at the monthly chart, we can see the price is near to 2013. This is 2020, the COVID period. So we can take this line as a support line in the meantime. All right, as long as the price do not penetrate maybe 5% or maybe $70, just a round figure, we can actually look more at the upside here. Okay, so I'm going to make it a nice drawing then. Okay, this is what I say. I on a 50 level. This is previously just do dollar averaging. So a lot of things change. Let me just delete those individual. Okay, so I just remove all. Okay, so we just put the first drawing because rumor right now is on the Chinese ADR. Am I right to say? So next we will just draw the next $70. Okay, so this is where we are looking at. As long as the price don't cross over, then we may see a good support area here. Okay, so let's go to Billy chart. Okay, all right, remember this is what I mentioned, 70 right now. This is the area. Go to day chart. Okay, so this is the area. Bear with me. All right, so this is the area we are. If you can get here, will be good. But as long as you cross 70, won't be that nice. The market kept up to 84 last Friday. Otherwise, we are looking for something as a pullback before we go in. Okay, it's a Nike logo once again. So if that's the case, I'm going to draw. Let me see. I'm going to draw something. Okay, as arrow mark. Okay, this is where I'm going to draw. Okay, not so high, maybe here first. Okay, let's look at the weekly chart and then just take a look. Okay, so 85 is last closing, we see whether it can encarve to $90, whether the price can successfully encarve all the way, close the gap, and it have the strength to go up. All right, if yes, then this will be the lowest price that you will get. You actually buy on the very low price to sell off the discounted price. Okay, so that's my view for Baidu. I'm more on the upside. Next, we are looking at one very risky counter. It's called Roku. All right, it's not performing well. As you can see, right, things has been benefited during the COVID period. Bum, dumb. Okay, pump and dump. All right. So right now in Roku wise, we just put okay the same thing, 50 bucks. All right, this high volume actually worried me on the sell side. Okay, but if you look into the day chart, you can see the earnings is not is performing above the estimated price. Okay, it's doing well with a high volume. Treat this candle as the treat this candle as a support candle. Okay, so for people who want to have some quickie, quick in, quick out. All right, sorry. Okay, 44. So as long as you don't cross this level, we can buy and put your stop loss here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at Roku. Of course, you are trading against the trend. You are trading against the downtrend. So trade with a smaller positions as your usual position size. All right. If you can benefit it, it's also good. It's all about entry price. Sometimes it's also about the risk management. All right. So that's all for this week Weekly Market Update. Hopefully you guys enjoy. That's all. Thank you. Bye bye.